Hello everybody, some nights for me are harder than others, and today is one of the nights where I explicitly do not want to engage with any sad content, so I've decided to go for a night at Hotel Lasombra in hopes that it will probably not be super existential, even though I do not know. But that is what we're playing today from Vampirejam Jam, with me as always. Now, if you are wondering if they have added the Dark Prac logo, that's absolutely necessary. Yes, they have. It's just that my camera is covering it, but here you go. If I use my cup to reflect some green back, it's a neat trick. And it just really made me laugh, so I thought you needed to see it. Anyway, we're gonna start a new game. It is a truth universally acknowledged that when someone adds everyone in the group chat, there's some serious business. Message received. Message, you don't need to... At 8:30 p.m., November 1st, 2021. Yo, group meeting, top floor of the house, ASAP. Tell no one. Tyler texts like a fucking boomer, but he gets the point across effectively enough. Ah, the house. A beautiful, messy place. The bonds of brotherhood were forged in fire here, and your fraternity, forged in steel and bad life choices and godforsaken jungle juice. There's so much history in and on these walls. Ooh. You should probably clean them soon. Well, not you, obviously. That's what pledges are for, after all. There are no pledges here on the top floor of the frat house, not tonight. Tonight is for a group meeting. You only ever seen one other called in your time here, and what a grievous offense it was indeed. A violation of all that was sacred. A former brother of yours informed the university that the senior guys were keeping a tuna in the upstairs bathtub, which was not only against the bylaws, but also just the bro code generally. Okay, this was not a bad choice for a day when I really didn't want to deal with any heavy topics, so I am kinda glad that I went with this one. Thank you, A Night at Hotel Lasombra. You're currently really helping my mood. Ultimately, you are forced to rehome jet fuel. You hear he is doing pretty well at the Marine Wildlife Center, but the point is that groups meetings are not called without a cause. You're all here. Josh, chugging his evening sports drink protein shake smoothie, looking solemn. Tyler drumming his fingers thoughtfully against the whiteboard. Shredder, his concert makeup only half washed off, clearly interrupted mid-ritual. Said with his absolutely rancid craft beer of the week. Hunter, halfway through someone else's bag of jalapeno chips. And then Preston, ready to go with a notebook, a pen, and a let's get this sorted kind of attitude. Oh, let's get this bread. Bread! The vibe is off. The vibe is very much off. All the red flags! All the red flags are vibes. Is it worth waiting on the Yasinator? Well, almost everybody is here. You see, of the senior brothers, there are 3 missing men. Kyle, a junior, and one of the chillest guys you know, until he isn't. Brett, a complete enigma, and in lovable, goofy sort of way, most of the time. And then Yancey, the guy nobody likes, but everyone loves deep down, somewhere you think, you hope. Is it ever worth waiting for him? Brett and Kyle though, where are they? That's what we're here to talk about, bro. Bruh. What do you mean? You know, like, they got to be in the mob, right? Here's the thing. You do know this. It's the leading theory circulating the frat these days. Brett is missing a lot, Kyle is missing right along with him. You've all been asked to drive them around to strange places always at night. Your new friends are creepy at best, menacing at worst. It's why we use the other group chat. Between these same 9 dudes, there are a staggering number of group chats. Most of you are excluded from at least one. You try not to think about it too hard. Everybody's just like made a couple of group chats where like a couple of people are not part of the group. That's so familiar. Like, I am in friend servers where, no joke, sometimes people just do not have the mental spoons to deal with some other people, which is completely none of their fault. So there will be some chat dodging by sliding into each other's private messages instead and creating temporary group chats. Brett is excluded from 3. This was the right group chat, right? Right? Yeah, it was the second one. Isn't that one without Yancy in it, though? That would be hard, considering I added him to get his ass over here. Okay, though, like, just to be clear, just to humor the concept. Preston is, above all else, very interested in his future legal career. While we wait for Yancy, can we just compile the evidence for this hypothesis? Everyone groans. Okay, well, we all know Josh has the best one. It's true. You know, they ask us to drive them around at night. It's always some weird fucking pickup drop-off favor with those two. Drive me somewhere, Josh. Can you help me with my security on Wednesday at 3 a.m., Josh? My creepy friend needs a ride over from the train station, Josh. One time I lost an hour, was dizzy for like the rest of the night. Kyle had to drive us back, but like, it was almost like he was prepared to take the wheel. Okay, but like, so you know how I'm usually the one who cleans the bathrooms? Cleaning is certainly a word for it. Continue. Every time we party, there's always some weird shit happening in the bathroom. The last 4 parties, including the Halloween one last night, I might reiterate, there has been blood in our fucking bathroom. Oh man, I saw that too. I just thought like, someone got unlucky with timing and shit. Too much blood for that dude. Like, an unnatural amount of blood all over the fucking ground. You sure it's not your jungle juice, man? Nah, man, I'm like literally a pre-med. I know what blood looks like, bro. Holy shit. How do you know it was them? No blood at the party over the summer that the pair of them had to miss for the internship shit. Okay, shredder shit cleaning jobs aside, man, they know people. What is that supposed to mean? The pair of them came into our backyard with a load of assholes in the trunk and literally gave us sweet plants. I've never seen any of those people before in my life. Okay, and like, where else would they even meet the dude like, oh god, what's his name? Rock? It's Brick. Oh god, yeah, Brick. Okay, so like, that man is for sure not in college, right? He's like 2 sorority girls tall and 4 wide. Ah. I mean, I know that they're dealing with vampires, but this is so entertaining. Whoever wrote this, thank you. I really needed it tonight. How the hell did they meet if not the mob? Also, I managed to burn my tongue pretty badly, like, today by accidentally taking a sip of scorching coffee. Mostly because my husband brought some cream and I was like, yeah, let me put just some cream on the coffee and hey, let me just eat all the cream that's not melted. And I accidentally ate the coffee as well and it was boiling hot and my tongue hurts. So if I mispronounce any words, this is my excuse now. Is Brick the one tight with the juggalo looking guy? I have literally no idea who you're talking about, but like, there are no jugglers in San Francisco. The fact that one would hang out with Brett. Yes, he said he saw them all that night. They went to that weird upscale party, juggalo included. Several arguments regarding the odds of a juggalo truly participating in Brett's new social circle commence. But something is nagging at you. Yancey should be here for this. Shit's getting real and it's not like him to be quite this late. He's not even typing out some dumbass reply in the group chat. Actually, now that you check, you don't even think he's seen it. Red reports are on, baby. This is so not like him. Okay, so hear me out though. Oh boy. We all ditch class sometimes, but Brett goes to almost none of his at all. Kyle goes to class. Yancey said Brett ditches the Govs class they're both in like 90% of the time. And yet his scholarship? Still a thing! Don't his moms like do shit for the university? No, that's Hunter's fam. Point is, he's still on the lax team. Scholarship and all, despite being out of the entirety of last session with some really vague injury he's still extremely cagey about. Maybe it's his girlfriend. We know her dad is involved in mimes air quotes, illicit activities. Everyone nods solemnly. Brett's girlfriend's father is, for the lack of a better word, most solid evidence in support of the theory that your homies now have mob ties. None of you have ever seen the man. Probably for the best if it remains that way. Kyle bought a gun last year. Yeah, that's not even 1 point from the mob theory. No, not even 2. It's got to be 4 at least. Nobody knows why Kyle would ever need a gun. His family doesn't hunt. All met his mother. She's very understandably against that sort of thing. Y'all, isn't this set in like America? And isn't it like normal for you guys to go to Walmart and buy like 5 submachine guns because they're all deeply suspicious at best. Brett gets all fucking calculating sometimes. That one short girl, she does tutoring for some of the bio classes. Fucking terrifying, I hear. Vibes completely rancid. Also, quite interesting to hear men talk about vibes. I thought the vibes were a girl thing. Girl and mage thing. Yeah, girl and witch thing. Of like, hey, your vibes are smacking me so much that I'm just not gonna even stay around you. The lanky one, he's creepy. He's got bone jewelry. I saw him wearing a pair of earrings once that looked like actual human teeth. Where can I get that? Asking for a friend. A friend that might just appear on a stream with human bone jewelry. A friend that might just be me, but like a friend. Rumor is going around that the new girl has got a full-on knife, and concealed carry is illegal here. Well, I mean... Bruh. I have a full-on knife. And hunting knives are not illegal in UK. I could actually put this in my bag and be fine because it has to exceed 2 inches for it to be illegal, and this doesn't. This actually doesn't. Just why it is legal, so I mean, if she's carrying a machete, that's a different thing. Jules is cool at least, but horrifyingly impulsive. It's true, no matter what, Jules is down for pretty much anything, and for you to say this, that's saying a lot. And Brick is just... Brick. Okay, seriously, where the fuck is Yancey? You know that Yancey usually tags along to that creepy hotel that Kyle and Brett crash at half the time when nothing is really going on here. Or would it be more accurate to say that they crash there when something is going on there? I have a deep, stinking suspicion that the hotel is front for something. Something illegal. This is generally how fronts work. I remember reading a story about, Mafia starting a front that was a pizzeria or something. And the front got so successful that they actually, like, stopped their drug business because they were just so focused on the front. When you start a business as a front and then just get really good at it. There was actually a front business for, I think it was like a politician's wife. not far from where I lived when I lived in my home country. It should have been a children's clothes store, but they would never get new deliveries. And I remember my family went there out of interest once, and despite me being a kid, they just showed us completely unrelated items and tried to get us out. Like, hey, do you sell kids' shoes here? It's a kids' clothing store. They should have. Oh yeah, here's a 5-year-old shoe that only comes in one size. It's not your size. Well, too bad. Get out. You know, that sort of thing. Normally they're pretty obvious. What kind of front, though? I don't know, dude. I'm not in the fucking mob. It's also totally haunted. But told me that they had a ghost. That's why the cameras there are all fucked up. Yeah, no, the ghost is legit, man. Yancy said that's what's fucked up his arm that one time. No, that's too convenient. A hotel ghost is too convenient. Besides, it's not like ghosts are real. Okay, seriously? Where the fuck is Yancy? Okay, yeah, it's really weird that he's not here yet, but it's probably fine, right? Do you think? What if something happened to him? Maybe it's how crazy this meeting has been. Maybe it's that everything said in the last half hour actually makes sense. Maybe it's just that just as you start to put together all this evidence, start to realize that all this wild shit actually has some potential, Yancy just happens to go missing. Right. As you all have your come to Jesus moment, we should go looking for him. Yo man, we can't that'd be against bro code, man. There's nothing in the bylaws addressing covering for mob bullshit. I mean, plausible deniability is out the window at this point, so we have to find him first. Yancy knows the most out of any of us. Probably has some serious input and he should get a vote on this. That would necessitate asking around. Might not be the smartest idea, but it's the only idea that we have. Looking around the hotel that's totally a mob front is probably, no, definitely, just completely the worst idea possible. Particularly one inhabited more nights than not by people who are totally in the mafia, along with our two most secretive fraternity brothers. You shouldn't rock the boat. You're already slated for security duty tonight. It's an opening. It would be a shame to waste the opportunity. Fuck it. Already going to be there. What's the worst that can happen? Shit, one of us still has to go over there. Who is on duty tonight? I want to play a Shredder. Just because apparently Shredder has only half wiped his metal makeup off. Christopher Shredder Thornton Kirkland. Notorious for being able to sleep anywhere, he once got his hand stuck in a vending machine while stoned and woke up in the same position the next morning. Nicknamed Shredder for the sick riffs he plays on his electric guitar. Though honestly, not judging, when you're very, very tired, you are just gonna nap. Wherever you are, however you are. I've fallen asleep while sitting up previously. And not even in a comfy position, just not supported anywhere position. Heck, soldiers sometimes fall asleep while resting on anything that's moving forward while you're marching forward can actually make you able to walk and sleep at the same time. At least that's the knowledge that I have from my grandfather's military days. Which honestly wasn't my grandfather was in the military as a job thing, it was just forced service thing. Play a Shredder? Yes! Welcome to the old empty. A little 2-story hotel too far north to be of use to people trying to catch some shut-eye during a layover, and too far south to be considered part of the city proper. Built on Bayfill and questionably close to the old nuclear test site. You're not sure what the name stands for, if it's even the proper name of the damn place. Pretty hard to tell when the front looks practically abandoned and has no signage. Outside of the mild contamination risk, it's your classic run-of-the-mill crappy place that nobody stays at unless they don't have a choice. Your point is, it smells old, like salt water and mildew and dust. It's not your scene, and it sure as hell isn't Brett and Kyle's. So you have no idea why they spend their time here, besides the fact that Brett claims to own a stake in the place, but you're about to find out. K-Dog should be waiting for you in the lobby. I hate tutorials, which probably means that I'm gonna be completely clueless, but thank you for including one. Right, I figured out how to walk. Run is on shift. Interact the space, good. It's your boy, Kyle. Your fellow fraternity guy, your homie. Who is just like... the slightest bit suspicious. But he's your man. He can't have had anything to do with this, can he? Sup, bro? Hey, Shredder! Kyle! What's up, dude? Did you hear that Yancey's missing? Yeah, Tyler texted me about it. I let everyone here know, but they all said they haven't seen him. Why, you found anything yet? Nah, not really. Well, the night is young and stuff, you got time. Got any time to help look around? Nah, I'm busy, got shit to do. You're part of the mob now too, dude. You say it as a joke, but it's one that you quickly regret. The ensuing silence is awkward. It stretches on long enough that you actually try to find a way to change the subject, but Kyle spares you that fate at least. No, just trying to help Brett not fail his midterm. Oh, damn. On one hand, yeah, makes sense. On the other though, like, you have a feeling that mob shit would be easier than getting Brett to study. You never seen that man do schoolwork. Sure you don't want a little break? Could use some help with this. Al sighs and pulls out his phone to check the time. No can do. Sorry, duty calls. You're too far away to read the messages that he's scrolling through. You sure you used the right group chat? Maybe try texting Yancey again. Fuck it. Can't hurt, I guess. Good luck, dude. I'll tell you if I see anything. Thanks. Good luck with Brett. Kyle looks like he's holding back laughter. Thanks. I'm sure as hell gonna need it. This is just so colorful and calming. Well-mounted a hanger for hotel room keys. They're all marked for unoccupied rooms, so you don't particularly care about them at the moment. There's also a master key for the courtyard and pool, but you don't want to go out there right now. But I might later. Weird, it doesn't boot. One of the wires is entirely burned out, smells faintly like electrical fire. The phone doesn't have a dial tone. Pushing any of the buttons makes a horrible scraping noise. Oh Jesus, not only is this like a front, it doesn't even have electronics. You peer out the little square of glass on the floor. It's dark out there, dark and green. Right, the Jello incident. Pool's still full of rotting lime Jello from when you and the rest of the guys did that a few months back. Come on, boys. We only burnt our tongue, not our whole throat. Yancey has gotten a good deal on an industrial quantity of the stuff, and the rest was history. You don't really want to go out there right now. I can't imagine how hard it should be to make a pool of Jello. Just because normally to do Jello, you actually need to boil it to mix the whole thing. So, before you freeze it down, you would have needed to boil whole size of the pool. And then it's a lot of Jello. Board games and dust, huh? You spy a long conference table, some office chairs, and a huge whiteboard. Lights are dim and no one seems to be there. You hear the telltale sounds of someone swearing at a video game. It's safe to bet that this room at least is occupied. You knock once, twice, 1 second. This is a lot more than 1 second. You can't see much behind the angry woman in the doorway, but most of the light is coming from 3 oversized computer monitors. What's up, are we? Wait a minute, who the hell are you? I'm Shredder, who are you? Gives you a once-over. I'm Zane, and you're here why? I'm a friend of Brett's. Yeah, I can tell. Have you seen a guy named Yancy by any chance? I haven't really been out of my room yet, but he's usually around here somewhere. Go ask Kyle. Shit! You need to get her to talk. Think, Shredder, think! So, what game are you playing? Legally Distinct First-Person Shooter 6. You play? Aw, my favorite! Such an improvement over Legally Distinct First-Person Shooter 5, don't you think? Though it has gotten quite awkward with the whole... with them holding to patterns for the words such as Legally Distinct First-Person and Shooter and number 6. You can't use the number 6 legally anymore, so that has been kind of a problem, but it's a good game! You have played it. You're not very good at it. Like, at all. Nah, I haven't gotten around to getting it yet. Is it good? It's like a 5 out of 7. What even is that out of 10? 7.14-ish. Holy shit! Wait, maybe she was bluffing. You dig your phone out of your pocket and open your calculator app. Damn! I'm kind of hello right now, so I'm gonna get back to it if that's cool. Wait a second, is this like how you practice? Practice for what? I heard from the other guys that she was the scary one. Maybe this is like... practice. You know, for killing! Actual killing! Like, does it have anything to do with your job? Oh no! Oh... Fraternity boys would probably deem me to be scary too. I mean, I'm like 10 years older than most people in fraternities by this point, but even outside of that... Playing video games? I wish. Or did you mean the math? You meant the violence! No, you seem like one of those newscasters who thinks violent video games are poisoning today's youth. Maybe you should chat before she starts catching on, if she hasn't already. Nah, it's fine. Good luck with the grinding. Thanks, laughing my ass off. Wait, how did you do that out loud? Okay. Room 69, nice. The door isn't closed all the way and you can just hear a conversation through the cracks. Someone wanted privacy but didn't commit to the bit. Maybe you're just reading too much into this. Either way, eavesdropping on whatever hot goss this is will get this murder mystery on the roll. Really? It's okay. I'm just missing like an hour? Maybe an hour and a half. I mean like, it's not like a whole night or anything. Plus I woke up here, so whatever happened, sounds like Brett. Well aware that eavesdropping is technically against fraternity bylaws, not to mention the bro code, but like, don't know it's Brett for sure yet, right? Maybe this hotel has actual guests. Either way, whoever it is, it sounds like they're in over their head. Probably Brett. Look, I just need you to tell me if I was doing something for you, and then if that's the case, I'll drop it. I just need to know if I was like frat shit or, you know, frat shit. You tune out those last couple of words, you still have plausible deniability. No, I know you would just ask me. I'm not trying to imply. It's like the last thing Wiki, I swear, I'm just trying to be careful. For sure, probably, Brett. You know how frat life is. I mean, honestly, Kyle was fucking toasted, and then I was kinda hungry, so, you know, it could be... Okay, That's fair. I'll stop talking now. Yep, that's Brett. Well, no, nothing like that. We're handling an event for that, Through the cracked door, you can see him head over to the vanity. Side note, Brett has a vanity? He flips over a page in some book. Not a textbook, but like a notebook, you think. Too small to be something official. Either way, he scans it and eventually finds what he's looking for. Delta Sigma Mu Alum. Hey, that's not a real threat. Not even close. Yeah, Julie, the cop. What the fuck is on that paper? Okay, I'll call you when I get this sorted out. Talk later, babe. At that, Brett turns and his eyes widen because you're pretty damn sure he fucking spots you through the door. Well, goddammit. And you're like, no. Have you been had or something? When Brett opens the door, you take the opportunity to quickly scan the room behind him. No sign of Kyle. Weird. Sorry, man, did I keep you waiting? Never mind, classic Brett. Nah, I just got here. Hey, though, you seen Yancy anywhere? Dude, I haven't seen anyone but Kyle for like 3 days. This architecture midterm is about to kick my ass. That didn't sound like you're studying for midterm. Don't worry about it, man. Wiki had a question about the Halloween party. Got more cramming to do. Talk to you later. Before he closes the door, you watch as he flashes a glance at the poster of the Golden Gate Bridge hung on one of his walls. You notice there aren't any textbooks in the room. God damn! Is this what he thinks studying is? You want to say something, you probably should say something, because homies don't let homies fail midterms, but you think you'll figure it out eventually. Then again, he might not, it's Brett. It's awfully quiet here, at the end of the hallway. No sounds are coming from behind the door, but you've seen a guy come in and out on here occasionally, so you wonder if he's inside. You knock once, twice. There is no response, but complete silence. That and a shout from down the hall. He's probably still on his way over from Colma. Colma? He works there. Flower shop by all the graveyards. That's not fucking creepy at all. Totally normal shit for a mobster. Who definitely doesn't bury his victims in the surrounding graveyards. Jesus! Thanks! Make a mental note to go bother that guy later when he finally gets here. I wouldn't mind working by a graveyard in a nice flower shop. That sounds so relaxing. Television is temperamental, to say the least. So the game console works, even if it's finicky. Collection of console game titles. Looks like a lot of co-op first-person shooters, a couple family-style party games, and half of Brett's collection of annual soccer games. Football! There's also an entire shelf here packed with well-organized cases that has a large note taped to it. Zanes, do not touch. It's so nice for Lasombra to let so many, like, young kids crash at their place. Okay, so nothing is interesting in here. We did talk to everybody. Time to go upstairs! Ooh, there's a person just standing. As you make your way out of the stairwell, you notice a tall woman moving down the hall, apparently toward the room closest to the stairs. You recognize her actually as Jules, Juliet Carter, friend of the two scary ones. The Chicago girl who Brett threw a graduation party for. Fuck it if you remember her major, but you know she can do a pretty mean keg stand. She was at one of the Janie's parties, you remember? Not the recent one, but like... Girl knows how to have a good time. Yo, Jules! Damn, it's been so long! Hey. Wait, it's like a few weeks long? Yeah, well, I mean, there's been a lot of parties since then. Sort of how I keep track of time. Ah, that tracks. So like, what you been up to? Where have you been? Here, mostly. So you like, deep into it then? Deep into what? Fuck! Don't worry about it. Although if you have any tips on the whole Yancy thing, I'm all ears. She shrugs. Right, yeah, I haven't seen him in a while. I doubt Kyra has either. We were just hanging out earlier. Skara, the short one, short and scary? Yeah, don't bother her. Or call her either of those things, she won't like it. It's not a command or a threat. Jules doesn't really get angry, as far as you know, more like a warning. Helpful homie tip and all that. And damn, you probably give someone the same advice. Noted. Wonder if that's what got Yancy. Okay, explain. How the hell did you get that from what I said? Redact the earlier statement. Jules wasn't mad before, but she certainly is now. Maybe the two of them are closer friends than you realized. Whoops, time to backpedal. I didn't mean about Kyra specifically, just thinking that maybe Yancy pissed off the wrong guy or something. Jules looks at you with narrowed eyes. She doesn't exactly call bullshit, but you can tell she's thinking about it and isn't happy. Backpedaling isn't working, time to deflect. So, we're having this huge party this weekend, and I was wondering, no. Hang on, just hear me out. It's almost certainly going to be a no. I was just gonna say you should bring Kyra, I think it would be fun. Bingo! At that, Jules bursts out laughing, almost to the point of tears. Kyra to a frat party? Oh my god! What, she doesn't like frat guys? Doesn't like guys, frat or otherwise. Oh. Oh! Explains a lot. You know, I heard the sororities have some really off-the-shirt strangers, actually. She's not really the party type either, but thanks for offering. Also, not what I meant, but go off, I guess. Okay, but like, what did she mean? You could press, but Jill seems ticked off enough that maybe you should give her a little space before pressing her too hard. No prob. I'll guess I'll see you around? Maybe. Okay then. See ya. Yeah. See ya. Jules turns, enters the room, and shuts the door firmly behind her. Anything in the trash? There's a decent amount of newspaper in here. You poke at it just to check. Something sharp digs into your finger. Is that a chunk of what looks like a coolant system in there? Did it come from the vending machine? Empty weird. Also, two of the rows are labeled for different flavors of vile energy drinks, and the last one is like just grape soda, nothing else. Is that a crack at the bottom there? There is a sign firmly affixed to the wall with a piece of paper taped over it. Vending machine out of order due to a heated brick moment. You pull back the paper to get a better look at the sign. Brick, do not touch. You had to guess, you would say this is a ficus. You don't really know plants too well though. This game is so well made. God damn. I mean, we're still technically playing a visual novel, but with game attached to it. What kind of sentence was that, mate? What I meant to say is that for the most part this has just been talking and going from one place to another, so hey, it's now a walking sim. But at the same time, I dig the graphics. You can inspect every single object I came around to. The humor is on point. It is such an incredible shame that they're only gonna put one of these on Steam. Because there's some really, really serious games written, right? Like the Blood Frontier one that I played previously. That game is just 8 hours of like pure text. But then you have gems like these. And they don't stand a chance. They don't stand a chance against the book. Because the book is very involved and has a lot of text and is writing a lot of lore, and it's a very good, damn good book, but this is making my heart tickle because it's lighthearted, and I really needed something lighthearted today, and now I am happy. Thank thank you, Dad. Thanks for making this. The door is slightly ajar? I don't know why, but ajar is like a really funny word for me ever since I heard of that joke where a foreign D&D player confuses the word ajar for a jar. So now every single time I see the word, I just remember it. Not so different from some of the other rooms you've seen, but there's some light coming from inside. You try to knock, but the door swings open as soon as you apply any pressure, as if it's not completely attached. Sitting inside is the biggest absolute fucking unit of a man you ever seen in real life. Yeah, he does look big. Doing crossword puzzles. He looks up from his well-worn book. Hey! What's up? Sorry for intruding? I don't really care. I'm looking for a 5-letter word. Blue is sustenance for Desmodus rotundus. Desmodus rotundus is a type of bat. Blood. Damn. You didn't know that. You didn't think the big guy would know that either, but these people are full of surprises. Just not sure about the sustenance part, or the word sustenance in general. I don't care what it means, but like, you got any ideas? Oh no! No, my dude! Bad, Def, bad! Stop with the Twitch streamer lingo. Sit down. Blood. Blood, that could work. There's an oh here, so thanks. Who are you exactly? The name's Brick. That's some kind of code name? Nope, just my name. Okay, I'm Shredder. Alright. It's back to looking at the crossword puzzle. So have you seen Yancy anywhere? Nope. But you know who I'm talking about. Yep. And you're sure you haven't seen him? Yep, I've been doing crossword puzzles. No one see him anywhere, don't you think that's a little suspicious? Yeah, maybe. Then again, it's kinda early. It's 9 p.m.? Oh yeah, but we're vampires. I'm sorry. I'm not. He scribbles down some letters. The pen is really small compared to his hands. You're surprised it doesn't snap clean in half. We're vampires! I'm sorry. I'm not. Okay, Brick. Got it. Wow. Oh, that's being open. Jesus. Wait, is Yancy a vampire? Wouldn't that mean that Yancy would only have been hanging around his fraternity shit at nighttime and somebody would have noticed? I sympathize with the 9 p.m. being early though, but yeah. I feel so bad for the undead for having to like sleep through all the daytime. Because what happens these days is that I aim to go to sleep at 6 a.m. but normally it's about 7 now. I get up at like, I aim to get up at 2, but sometimes it's 3. Normally, if I could like push back my sleeping schedule to about 5, that would be ideal, but I end up having so much work that I end up working into early morning, and then I'm like, let me have some entertainment! And then I do shit like this. But you see, I get up, and while the sun doesn't like to linger there, it's still up for 1 to 2 hours because it's the middle of the winter now. So, in reality, if you're nocturnal as a human, you lose summertime like half a day. Because you go to sleep at 7 and it's light, and you wake up at 2 and it's still light. But if you're a vampire, Think what that means. It means that you gotta go back to sleep at like 7 and then you wake up at 9 p.m. You know, that sort of it. That's like so much time missing, man. You guys gotta be the muscle of the group, the bodyguard type. The mafia needs those, right? You know Halloween was yesterday, right? Like it's over now. Was it really? Okay. Just okay. You don't have to believe me. You don't, obviously. Is he just trying to distract you? Change the subject away from his crimes? Right, well, whatever. You sure you haven't seen Yancy? Don't know what happened to him? Nope, haven't seen him. Sigh, probably not gonna get much further with this guy. Maybe he'll be more chatty when he finishes the puzzle. Alright, thanks Dracula. Nah, he was a Tsimitsi. What? I'm a Lasombra. What the fuck is a Lasombra? Wait, maybe he is giving you something useful. Lasombra, that sounds like a mafia family, alright? It's probably their higher muscle, or is it just really shredded mafia boss? Maybe a vampire is some sort of code word. One thing's for sure, he's just toying with you at this point. Right, see ya, bye! You shut the door, at least as well as you can, on your way out. Jesus! I just love that there's like a super strong Lasombro there, and he's just... chill. I'm just doing my crossword puzzles, man! You approach the small woman who just emerged from the last room in the particular upstairs hallway. She watches you waiting to speak until you decide to greet her and strike up a conversation. Hey. Have we met? Not until now? She sighs. Right. I'm Shredder. Hira. You're talking to me because... You know Yancy, right? He spends a lot of time here, I think. Yeah, I know him. So... when was the last time you saw him? Last night, I guess. Did he maybe have beef with anybody? Hira shrugs. Doesn't really bother anyone. In your mind, a tiny voice says, press X to doubt. Really, it doesn't bother anyone. Not as much as you're bothering me right now. Something about the way she says it makes you do a mental double take. I spent some time during my work time today refilling my candles. Because I reuse wax. And I have many little glass thingies that are surprisingly durable. Like, you're not supposed to burn anything in glass normally, but a candle came into this and it's working pretty fine, so just really enjoying it right now. She's pretty short, so you feel like you could take her in a fight, but then again, she is in the mafia. Probably has some tricks up her sleeve. Or, you know, a gun. Listen, I'll get out of your hair in a second. Could you just tell me... She fixes you with a glare that makes your blood run cold. Your mind goes blank. What were you even gonna say? That's enough. She's right. That is enough. Why would you ever have thought otherwise? Leave. It's for your own damn good. Turn around. It's been about an hour since you got here. So what's next? Wait in the lobby to see if any other weirdos show up or grill your favorite suspect? They're all suspicious, but your gut is telling you that you might want to determine who's the most suspicious and then stick to them. Tonight may be the best opportunity you have to figure this out, so maybe you should use your time wisely and try not to spread yourself too thin. Right, well, I want to talk with Brick. Oh my god, that's a shadow. Does the color yellow mean anything to you? Don't even dust the paintings. Okay, you guys don't dust the posters in the house either, but like, this is supposed to be a business? Or so they claim. If I was a Malkavian, I would simply know when to mind my own fucking business. Dude, you're like in full shadow form. You glance at the only particularly functional door to the Brick's room. Makes it pretty obvious that there's no one in there. Maybe the big guy went downstairs. I want to find Brick. Very specifically, I want to find Brick. And stick by Brick. Brick! You find the big guy in the lobby. Clearly he's managed to finish his crossword puzzle. You got the rest of the clues, man? Yep. Does this mean I can ask you a question? Sure! What's the question? Earlier you said you were like, Lasombra? No, Lasombra. Not whatever you just said. I don't speak French. Kira and I are both Lasombra. Interesting, maybe she is his daughter after all, but like, there's really no family resemblance. Adopted little sibling, maybe? Either way, you should probably get some more deets on the whole code thing before you start messing around with the personal questions. Is that like a high-ranking family? Nah, pretty much the opposite. They only let us in recently. So there's some sort of social strata then. It's weird because the others tend to defer to Brick, probably because he's huge. So why does he have that much command of the room and he's some low-ranking jackass? Maybe it's because he's not afraid to step on the big cheese's toes. Maybe he's just a rogue agent. That does not bode well for Jansen. This guy wouldn't hesitate. So wait, if you two are Lasombra, I'm assuming the rest of you aren't? Still don't know what a Lasombra is, but you feel like you're onto something at least because Brick nods. That's right. Luca's a Malkavian. Wait, no, Hecata. I think. Tara would probably call him a harbinger or something. But I don't know any of that. Their family business is too complicated. The creepy guy. Harbinger. Complicated family business. Sounds ominous to say the least. But how is Brick not sure? Do they not know each other's affiliations for certain or something? Or is it an issue of him just being like the kind of guy who can more easily remember the scientific names of cool bats than like how particular words are spelled? Honestly, you like bats more than spelling or secret codes yourself, but you think maybe the second kind of guy is a better fit for the mob. Not that you would say Brick is a bad fit for the mob. The man is at least 6.5 feet tall and his shoulders barely fit through the door. You wonder if there's another explanation. Do people switch families a lot or something? No, that's just for life. Death. Whatever. Well, damn. Always thought the bro code was serious business. It seems pretty tame compared to whatever crazy terms and conditions these people agree to. Luca just acts like he's a Malkavian sometimes. Blessedly, you have no idea what the fuck that means, though. Maybe some families are known for being more ruthless than the others. Maybe Malkavians are all like into intimidating people by setting up their bases of operations in small businesses near graveyards. You need to know where everybody stands, just to be sure you have a clear picture as possible. So what about the others? Are they also Malkavians or Hecata? No, Zane's a Banu Hakim. That doesn't sound Italian. Also, like, an international mafia? Do they have those? Fuck if I know, I'm from Chicago. Yeah, the guys told me. You and Kira, right? And Jules? No, just me. Or maybe Jules too, I don't know. They're all so tight. I guess that they're more about putting out the vibe than they know each other than actually knowing each other. Probably safer that way in the mob. I just love the premise of some frat bro dude is investigating what he thinks is the mob. This is amazing. Brad is a Ventru, or whatever. He's less annoying than most of them. Jesus Christ, how did fraternity brothers get embraced? Okay, well, first of all, this is maybe the first time Brett has been called less annoying than most, so the Ventru must really be something. Ventru sounds vaguely British. You know your man Brett, his last name also sounds vaguely British. Come on, like, Chillingsworth? Chillingsworth! That said, you never actually heard of the British Mafia before. Maybe you're grasping at straws. Time to change tactics. So... there's something you've been meaning to ask about. An old rumor that Brett actually checked out, so like, it's probably true. I heard you got shot at that party. I also did shots at the party. But like, did you actually get shot with a gun? What about it? I don't know, man, like, didn't it hurt? I feel like it's harsh, my fucking bellow, if someone capped me at one of those bar parties. It's just a gunshot. What the fuck? But like, you just came back like it was nothing? Didn't even go to ER or anything. It wasn't nothing. I got really nice suit jacket for that party. Fucker tore a hole in it when he shot me. And then I got seawater on it that when they went to... Brick furrows his brow for a moment, clearly thinking hard. Don't worry about it. You're now officially worrying about it. One thing you know for certain. He for sure definitely killed the guy who shot him. God Jesus. Brett was so holding back deets on that party. Holy fuck. I won't worry about it. But I do have one other question about names and shit. Can't promise I'll answer it good. Your name. What about it? It's Brick. Sure is. Okay, but like, were you always Brick? I'm Brick now. But like, is it short for something? No. Just Brick. Like, did you choose it yourself? Like, is it a nickname? No. Or yes, it's a nickname, but I didn't choose it. Okay, so a friend gave it to you. Not really a friend. Don't worry about it. It's a Sabat thing. Oh my. What the fuck is a Sabat? Brick sighs. Nothing you really need to know about except that they're way cooler than the Camarilla shits we're stuck with now. Also, like, they really know how to party. This one time we got this demolition derby up and running, right? We used to get the new guys in the cars and shit, and then the older ones would just like light him on fire. Oh no, I read that wiki entry. Oh, I found that so amusing. The fact that Sabat do a lot of crazy shit, including crazy shit for entertainment purposes, including playing chicken with burning cars. Effectively, you get two vampires into two separate cars, you light them on fire, and you make them drive into each other, and whoever chickens out first loses. And just like, to have that sort of information in what normally is a world that's portrayed really grimly is quite something. It's kind of like reading the whole thing about, Convention of Thorns and realize that a bruja just like torn some other speaker's penis or whatever and like threw that in their face as an insult or their own or something, and you're just like, it goes very well with the theme of real Middle Ages, where Middle Ages were magic. It just hits you out of nowhere, because once again, people normally play this as an emo universe. And it has a lot of really ridiculous shit in it, but it's never normally strained. It's always, oh, woe, my humanity, woe is me, however I shall go on, but no, there's plenty of like really goofy stories that you could tell with this setting, and I want people to tell goofy stories. I want people to make magical princess castles inside World of Darkness. I want some fun, please. If you smashed everyone else's up, then you could try and break out of your own. Winner got free drinks that night. You stare in mild shock. Dudes rock. Dudes rock the fuck indeed. You nod slowly in the mixture of horror, amazement, and pure awe. Dudes do rock, yeah. Wow, Christ. I won. You don't doubt it. Holy fuck, this man cannot possibly be real. You need to stop talking to this guy before you lose any more confidence in reality as you know it. You check your phone, about another hour has gone by. Damn, time flies when you're sleuthing. Aren't you ever tired of being nice? Don't you just want to go apeshit? Well, that was actually quite useful. Because, I mean, he just gave us a whole bunch of vampire lore. Anyone in there? Nope. Zane isn't there. Oh. Come to think of it, you haven't seen him or Kyle around in a hot second. Maybe they went out for a bit. You raise your hand to knock on the door, but stop short at the sound of hushed voices coming from the other side. Listen in. Yep. You owe me. You really fucking owe me. Zane sounds more pained than angry, like she's clearly upset as well, but there's a hint of something you might be so bold as to call regret in there as well. I know. Seriously, I would appreciate the help. You better. Don't ask me to help with that shit again. That's just wrong, man. So Luca asks her to help him with something. Something wrong, something nefarious. Something for sure mob-related, at least if not worse, judging by how rancid the guy's vibes are, and the fact that he works and lives, like, right next to a city infamous for its graveyard to population ratio. We can agree to disagree. I won't ask you to help, but I will ask you to stay out of my way. Yeah, I'm not gonna stop you. You hear Luca breathe a sigh of relief. I appreciate it. I also have no idea what they're talking about, but it surprises you that Zane concedes to him that easily. Like agreeing to disagree is for normal shit. Pizza flavors, movie taste. Whether or not you think craft beer is worth the time wasted drinking on it or not. Not for serious matters of life and death. Answer me this though. What were the flowers for? Flowers? No, Luca works in a flower shop, but if it was that, why are the flowers a source of confusion? Like, she's very clearly good at math, ergo she's some flavor of smart, so like she probably knows that they do sell flowers at flower shops. Manu just enjoys them. The garden is the product of many years of work. So there's a garden then, okay. Luca is also a gardener, but who's Manu? Not just their work, is it? No, they do have help. Yeah, screw it. Why pay people when you can just rope the undead into it? The undead? Like zombies? Vampires, zombies, what's next? Werewolves? These code words are getting confusing. Wait, hang on. Aren't vampires technically undead? It's got to be a subset of the family, right? It's a small price to pay for a second chance at life. Maybe that's how you think of it. It's different when you don't have a choice. There's an awkward silence and you hear footsteps coming toward you, but they stop. Wait a minute. What do you mean that I should stay out of your way? I thought you already got what you needed. Is there someone else you're planning to drag back into this shitty world? She really doesn't sound like she's doing a bit. You fumble through as many half-assed explanations as you can cobble together, but nothing sticks. What the hell is she talking about? I thought you didn't want to be involved. I don't, but if you start pulling that shit right under my nose, it becomes my business. You're not planning to do anything tonight, right? Nothing with our new... guest? Okay. Well, not okay because, considering there isn't anyone else around that could plausibly be described as a new or a guest, that's almost certainly you. Just leave the guy alone, Luca. What about the masquerade? Okay, dang, fuck. A masquerade, so like a party? Maybe there's a surprise party. Maybe that's what Yancey's been up to. Or maybe a surprise party is code for what they're about to do to your ass if they catch you eavesdropping behind this door. There's easier ways to keep the masquerade than your creepy corpse guard and shit. You really hope that that's a code for something, anything, please! And anyway, fuck the masquerade, we're the mob, remember? Right, for how long though? The rest of the night? Come on, it's not gonna take that long. What won't? killing you? Disposing of all evidence surrounding the Yanxi situation? Are they leaving the mob at large? Is this like some sort of anarchist splinter faction? Are they preparing for some sort of mafia raid? Did Yanxi get caught in the crosshairs or something? Once we find Yanxi, Brett can handle Shredder, and then it will be all over. Absolutely do not like the sound of that. Being handled does not sound good. Any way you slice it. We can hope. I hear someone start walking again. Time to get the hell out of here. You can't get the words corpse garden out of your mind. Masquerade, undead, it feels like someone gave you a 1,000 pieces to solve a 100-piece puzzle. And none of the edges match up. And everything is some vague, indistinguishable shade of yellow. Hey, the ghost was talking about yellow. You don't need to figure out all that weird shit, right? You're not part of the mob, you're not planning on joining up anytime soon. All you have to do is figure out what happened to your bro. Holy shit, midnight already, huh? I wonder if they made any actual progress in your investigation. Really, you learned a whole lot about a lot of things, but basically nothing about where Yanxi may be. Courtyard and pool. But we still don't want to check out the courtyard, despite the fact that we heard talks about a corpse garden. Rick somehow got the door to his room to fully close and lock. Goddamn. Seems like he's not there at the moment. Try Kira's doorknob. It's locked, but you don't hear any sort of response to the clicking of the handle. You doubt Kira would give up the chance to roast you for trying to bother her again if she was not gone. Maybe she's hanging out with Jules again. You hear voices coming from behind Jules' door, two of them in hushed tones. Let's listen in again! So we have to worry about everyone knowing about that now too, on top of everything else. Okay, that's Kira. Oddly enough, she sounds more upset than angry. Someone else has a muffled sigh. Jules. Seems like she's more pissed off than Kira for the moment, but doesn't voice this sentiment any further. No, the worst part about it might be that it could have been so much worse. Not that there isn't time for it to get worse, you know? We still have all the time in the world, but still. For a moment there's just silence. A faint sound of quiet breathing. Jules. She's definitely still mad. Kira, as always, when she's not talking, is eerily quiet. This is also vague. It could be about Yanxi. Offing him would certainly create a bad situation, or they just want to keep a secret at any cost. Have to keep on eavesdropping just to be sure. You're thinking about something else, I can tell. Mostly just like, do you ever wonder whether this is worth it? Like, any of it. Is it worth it? Was it ever? Yeah. Jules sounds resigned now. There's a vague sense of exhaustion to her voice, but it's not, you think, targeted at Kira. When she speaks again, she does so with a heavy dose of care in her words. I thought it would be fun. No, I mean like, not fun, but after the beginning, I thought it would be more fun than this. Okay, sure, a bad joke, but yeah, Tally wasn't kidding when he said it would be like a meat grinder. Tally, the name sounds familiar, but you can't quite put a finger on it. But if he gave them a warning about the challenges of the life they lead or whatever, he has to have something to do with this entire sketchy situation. Tally said that. My talk was a little different. Ah, so she knows him too. Still, she sounds surprised, maybe a little angry. You wonder what the deal is here. Tally informed me of that. I mean, fuck, he basically threw us in the deep end. I like... Brick, I know. Now that sounds exacerbated, but us seems to imply that they entered all this mob shit together, so maybe Kara wasn't in the life before all of this. Hard to tell through a doorway, though. It's just impossible to figure out what's going down in his head most of the time. I know he's way older than us, but he's younger than some of the insane politicians we have to deal with, so it seems like he's in a similar place with all of that too, but it means we don't get any advice from him. There's a confused fondness in Jules' voice, like she's full of understanding but can't quite parse out what she feels that way. I guess it just kind of feels like all we can do is try not to drown in it. Yeah! Her voice sounds defeated, but she definitely agrees. She's just not happy about it. Not that Kira is ever happy about anything. I'm sorry. That throws you for a loop. Is Jules responsible for this somehow? Given how scary Kira is, you would have assumed that, if anything, she was the one who dragged Jules into this mess if they didn't get sucked in at the same time. But it's looking like you might have been wrong about that. Jules, you don't need to apologize for him. But I never really did though, did I? Now you're getting into the deep shit. Kara will probably disembowel you if she hears you eavesdropping shit. Is that going to stop you though? Yeah, no, it won't. What do you mean? I mean, we never really talked about what happened. Ever. Oh. They decide to do this while you're in the earshot. This is like the luckiest break in the entire brief yet dramatic history of your investigation. Oh, god damn. Even if this ultimately doesn't help you find Yancy, it's some seriously juicy fucking gossip. Yeah, that's not on you though. That's on him. Is it? I mean, sure, yeah, it is, but it's not just on him. So boiling it down to the facts, Brick did something, the two of them got into deep shit, Tally had some involvement. No, you're right. It's not just his fault. Yeah, so I'm not just apologizing for him, I guess. Wait, hang the fuck on. There's a drastic shift in the tone in Kira's voice. So she can't quite believe what she's hearing, and you struggle to follow the thread, but she for sure has a better idea of the situation than you do. Stop. Whether you like it or not, it's on me too. I'm the one that got us into this mess. No. The one that got me into this mess is me. I dragged you into this. We don't need to play whose fault is it game, okay, Jules? Interesting. Like, just look, we both know it's Brick's fault. We both know that you and both of us made mistakes. But for a while, all we've been doing is what we can to survive, you know? So Brick's got into this life. Close enough. Gather that they can argue over whose fault it is. And they're into it deep over their heads. For a moment you feel a little bad for the pair of them, but if that's the case, maybe they're responsible for Brett ending up in deep shit, and you can't fucking abide by that. He's your homie. I guess. But I can still call my parents every couple of months or whatever. Let them know I'm still alive. Distance myself slowly, cut ties gently, all that jazz. You can't. Wait. Holy shit! Did she... Are her parents dead? Did they have to kill her parents on the way out? Is that why they had to leave Chicago in the rush? I completely fucked up your life. And I got you the rough end of the stick. I did that perfectly sufficiently by myself, thank you very much. Jules does not contest that. There's an uncomfortable amount of sincerity in Kira's words. Lacey is incapable of actively trying to get us killed. Ah, you see, she too goes to the deflect with sarcasm approach to conversation school. Or if he was, he would have done it already. There's a very tired laugh, not quite a giggle, but something in the vague, nebulous vicinity of it. It have been way easier to just have us killed in Chicago, yeah. Would it? What the fuck? I keep meaning to talk to you about it, actually. I just don't know how. I never know how. Fuck yeah! Secrets! I feel like a shitty friend. Okay, yeah, you probably back that statement, considering it seems like there's a decent chance that Jules was put in some sort of situation that could have resulted in her and Brick literally killing Kira. And whatever the fuck happened with Kira's parents, you think? Listen, it's a hard thread to follow, a lot of moving parts with this one. You're a good friend. I just feel weirdly torn. He makes everything complicated, you know? Like, I just like the guy, even if I sometimes don't. But then give it 5 minutes and I do, you know? More silence. Jules' last question carries the vaguest hint of a plea. Kira, on the other hand, is speaking barely above a mutter. You have to actually strain to hear her. Yeah, I guess. Moment passes, then another moment. You're about to make your move and leave before they find you awkwardly pressing your ear to the door before someone wanders by, but then... You hungry? It's quiet. Almost a whisper. And a complete fucking... No, Squitter. You don't hear a response from Kira. There's a soft mutter, but that could be an affirmative or a negative. It's basically impossible to tell. Go for it. Before they get up to leave or grab a granola bar or whatever the fuck their unstated plan is, you make your exit before the silence betrays your presence. Getting late, like really late. You're gonna have to wrap up here sooner rather than later, with Yancy or without him. They say the first day of someone missing is the most critical or something, right? You got to figure this one out. Well, I hope that the ladies don't snack on me. Hi, Ghost. One time I saw a gangrel try to break into a nearby building. He failed, and then immediately turned into dirt. Great, thank you for that. Is Brick back? Ooh! Ooh! Brick has whispering! Sounds like they're coming from end of the hall. Brick and Kira. Let's listen. Let's listen to Brick and Kira. The two of them seem like an unlikely pair, and from the tone of their voices, this is some serious shit. You just have to know. Maybe one of them got Yancy. Maybe they both did. You stand still, almost holding your breath, and do your best to pick up the hushed conversation from behind the threshold. Doesn't sound like an argument, though. Being followed like when you go out? I don't think so. Well, that's kind of something we should know for sure. Remember last time we didn't notice? Mention of a last time does not bode well for Yancy. That's not good at all. And now you have a sinking suspicion that this is gonna involve you somehow. He only shot me once. Only once? I wonder if this is the same party situation Brick told you about before, or like a different time. I make a mental side note, also to try and figure out how the Mafia has such damn good doctors if you live through this. Besides, I beat him to a pulp right after. This is a familiar story to you, but then again, he's so nonchalant about it, could be a regular fucking occurrence or something. You're not concerned this time around at all? You're really going to say that to my face after what you did? In the silence that follows, you imagine Brick's enormous shoulders shrugging, thinking harder on the bullet wound. You know you heard somewhere that the mob doesn't really deal in drugs. But if things really went down the way these two claiming, and they have no reason to lie when it's just them, Brick was probably on enough coke to kill a horse. But considering how hard it would be to find their stash, you could throw like the biggest party with that. I don't think Grundy's little note was worth worrying about. Grundy, like Ned Grundy? Why does that name sound familiar? Hallie's sense of humor is fucking weird. Wait, that's the guy Kira and Jules were just talking about, the guy who gave them the talk. Come to think of it, that name's finally starting to ring a bell. The juggalo-looking guy that Yancy insisted was here a few weeks back. The one who's totally a mobster. You're pretty sure he mentioned some of them called him Tally. Both names are weird, but this guy sounds important. If all three of them are, if not scared in Brick's case, somewhat deferent to the guy, Brick says nothing. You eventually hear Kira sigh. This is probably about that guy you got. Your heart skips a beat. Your gut tells you exactly what this means. Brick has killed, no doubt about it. Probably definitely more than once. Is the whole car being on fire thing not a giveaway, by the way? I doubt they're talking about Yancy right now. This seems like some deep shit with mafia politics or whatever, but that doesn't mean he didn't get Yancy too. Yancy's fit and all, but he stand no fucking chance against Brick. You think they're that mad about the sheriff? As a short chuckle from behind the door. You know, do not finish that fucking sentence. Didn't kill the deputy. Is Brick joking, or does he not actually know how camera will operate? Just from an outsider's point of view. Before you remember, you need to be quiet. You almost match Kira's annoyed groan. But jokes aside, is this an actual sheriff? You'd think it would be a whole thing in the news if some 6 books something snapped her neck, so it must be another code word. Could always be about you, I guess. You didn't think Kira's voice could get any more serious, but the tone of her response as she cuts off Brick is utterly chilling. Don't. You and him are the only ones who know. It can't be. I didn't slip up on any of that. If it is, it means either he leaked it, which he had no incentive to do, or... It's my head on the line too, you know. If people find out, just say... Yeah, it is yours, and everyone else's in this building. That doesn't sound good. So Brick's a murderer and Kira is worse? What's worse than a murder? You don't particularly want to find out. So it really sucks when you try to leave, and then trip. It is not quiet. It doesn't stay quiet. There's a noise from inside the room. You run, you're out of time. Maybe you can lose them in the halls. The frat reconvenes at about 3 AM. You wish you had more time to talk about beyond what little you managed to uncover, what few details you managed to glean from the surface of bare-bones conversations and weird encounters. Turns out that's about all you needed. It trickles out in pieces, one fragment of story after another. Nobody wants to admit it that they were the last person to see the guy. No one wants to admit to not keeping an eye on him. So much for brotherhood. It was 1,000 small mistakes, tiny innocuous things, molehills that nobody wanted to make mountains. You thought he went missing that night, but in reality nobody can remember seeing him following the Halloween party the night before. Who killed Yancy, you don't know. You probably will never know. As much as anything else, you know it's your fault. It's their fault. The whole damn frat killed him just as much as any mobster did. Oh. I am surprised that we actually managed to skedaddle out of there. I was pretty sure that the dude was gonna get caught and killed, but no. Apparently, a bricky is nice and just decided that you're not enough of a masquerade violation in order to bother. So while I didn't get the good end of figuring out what the heck happened to Yancy, I'm gonna infer that all of that blood in the bathroom was probably Yancy's that night. And, I didn't die either? There's probably a lot more endings here, but I'm just gonna say that I really appreciated what I played. If you guys want to see the other endings, the way to this game is gonna be in the description down below. You can go and play it for yourself. I'm just gonna say, thank you, creators of this game. I needed a cheer up. This has definitely been a cheer up. Now I'm gonna have a good sleep before I reawaken. I can't even say that I'm gonna have a good night because night is officially over when it's 7 AM. It's daytime. I sleep at daytime and I wake up and it's still daytime. One of the pros of being human, I guess. So anyways, thank you everybody for being here. Thank you for watching and definitely thank the developer for making this.